Hi, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. It's Jeffrey. I decided to go live last minute. I kind of had it in my mind yesterday because I figured some people are like, oh, I don't know. Do I have to go to that place? Whatever. Or maybe, you don't want to watch the parade. Um, I just got this email, from somebody trying to sell me something. And it's a place, and I don't know. I don't even know what it is. So they sent an email. I just got a kick at it. Crafting your swift success, but success is spelled S-E. Wait, sorry, I just got a message. Success. Very professional. Oh my God! Here come all the messages. Um, Hi, Sylvia. Thank you, Sylvia. How sweet of you. I'm grateful for you too. God bless. Um, Thank you. I will call you soon. I'm doing a live video. Come and check me out. Ripe Color on YouTube. So, what are your plans today, Sylvia? I'm living in Mexico, so I only know of a thing. A friend of mine who comes over and helps me with Spanish. He's so strict. So he comes over and he brings like cakes and stuff, which is fantastic. And then a lot of times we sit on the roof, but it was really kind of clammy and cold last night, and it's the same today. And but he makes me. I want to show you the book. um, so he's teaching me verbs in the first person. Look at this. So estar. Well, that's a hard one. Okay, but they're all hard. See, ver. So veo, yo veo. That's now. In the past, yo vi. So whatever. So that's what we were doing last night. And anyway, he's the only one I know going for summer Thanksgiving. No politics. Perfect. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. I really don't. I'm like completely unplugged. But it's interesting because they're not as obsessed over here, but they like to talk about the city politics here, um, because there's this one person who, so all this the city is broken up into like what they call a delegation, basically, and it's kind of like an area of the city. It's almost like boroughs in New York in a way. Um, it's like a conglomeration of neighborhoods. So there are about 14 because the city is enormous. So I live in Cuauhtemoc, which is really the center. And there's a person in charge, and she comes from like a really crappy neighborhood, very low class, whatever. And she, now she's all that. And next to her, she lives near a really famous little park where they dance. And she's like, she wanted to make it no, because it was, like she overlooks the park and she can hear it. But it's like they dance everywhere here. There's always music, and it's just part of the culture, and it's beautiful. They do exercise in the park and all sorts of stuff. And so now that she doesn't want it because she's all fancy, so everyone goes, because they can't make it illegal. So it's bigger than ever and louder than ever. So everybody helps her. Everybody hates her. Um, all right. um, anyway, so my friend with the Spanish, he is making a. What is he making? He told me. Anyway, he's going. Some American is having Thanksgiving, and he's going. But it's not a thing here, because it's not a thing. But they're already set up for Christmas because Christmas is a big thing. And I live near the Mercado. And the Mercado is a block big. It's really enormous, and they sell fruits and vegetables, and they have fish, and they have chicken and beef and pork and blah 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 blah. And they have like little grocery stores. They sell cheese and they sell all the moles. Well, we could do a little mini healing, Sylvia. That's why I'm here, honestly. Yeah, we could do a little mini healing. That's what we could do. How's that? Little mini pequeño. Anyway, so around the Mercado, so let's say this is the Mercado, right? And that's the building, and it's literally a block big, and it's like one story. And they have places, you can go and get something to eat, whatever. What they call comida corrida, which it means next. It's very fast. So they serve you three. It's soup, and then a carb. So it's rice or spaghetti, and then the main, and it's usually, say, pork or chicken and like a sauce, maybe with vegetables, maybe not. Maybe it's like tuna croquettes or like that. Chili relleno. Chili relleno is a poblano pepper, just like kind of long. It's not that hot. And then they stuff it with cheese, and then they bread and fry the whole thing. It's really good. And then they put it in red sauce. So Sylvia, where do you think you're holding the energy? Where do you think you're holding the energy? Is it there like a place in your body, or is there? Give me a thing so I can so we can figure something out. I'm not going to do cards today. I mean, I have them. I mean, I might, but do you feel it in your throat, your heart, your head, your shoulders? Like, where is it? So maybe we can clear it. Not maybe, we will. And what's your little thing? Is it a hand? I can't see. So once you let me know. Eyes, your eyes. Okay. Well, that would be like a third eye thing. All right. It's physical. It's physical, no? All right. I think I know what I'm going to do. Little mini healing, honey. I call upon the Holy Spirit to come and clean and clear guilt. Interesting. I call upon the Holy Spirit to come and clean and clear this space. In each of us, of all limiting thought patterns and belief systems, of all doubt, fear, limiting thought patterns. And we send it into the violet fire of transmutation, never to return. I ask that everyone watching this video at whatever time be sealed in silver, white, and purple light of the Holy Spirit, and that this energy be sent to our family and friends now on this Thanksgiving. I ask to interact with beings of the highest frequency of love and light from the Godhead only now. All right. Okay, Mother, Father, God, is it appropriate to do? Yeah. Is she willing? Okay, I'm asking questions because I ask questions and they answer me yes or no. So I asked if it's appropriate to do it. And they said yes. When it goes clockwise, it's yes. When it goes counterclockwise, it's no. It's more interesting if you look at me, because otherwise I have to hold it up here, and it's kind of weird. I like to hold it either by my heart or like by my sacral. So is Sylvia willing? Is she ready? Is she able? Yeah. Okay. With my mighty I am presence, we clear all guilt. We clear all unfocused. We clear all cloudiness. We clear all limited vision. We clear all limited vision. We clear all guilt, sadness, uncomfortability, shame, distrust from Sylvia's third eye right now, and from her physical eyes as well. And we send it all into the violet fire of transmutation, never to return. From this time and all times and all simultaneous times, parallel lives, parallel universes, 100% now. It's clearing. You see it going counter, it's clearing. Okay, Sylvia, say this with me. With my mighty I am presence, I call upon Ganesh, I call upon Jophiel, I call upon Uriel, I call upon Michael, I call upon Gabriel, I call upon Raphael, to help me clear and clean all the energies that are not for my greatest good and greatest healing from this time and all times, from my third eye, from my heart chakra, from my entire energy system. And I imbue it with love, with compassion, with understanding, with support. "100% now." Yes. And I thank the powers that be for helping me to be whole. Okay. Okay. It was a little mini. I'm doing everything's on sale, by the way. So if you want to do like a little IET or a little pendulum session. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Sin. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I Oh, lovely. It's interesting, Sylvia. So the little basic meditation that I try to do every day, I mean, sometimes it changes, is I really try to meditate on joy. And it's really interesting because this week I read something online, and I've read it before. So the kind of spiritual understanding is that every single cell of our body, because we're made of, the God stuff, we're made of the stardust, we're made, we are it and it is us, right? That energy of creation. Every single cell in our bodies holds joy. Every single one. Every single one. So the ones that, how like your cells change, like they say your skin is different your whole body is different every 7 years or whatever it is. And so my little basic meditation every day is I sit, right? And for me, I do it in the morning. I don't, it's before this, all that. I sit and I just relax, and I let everything go. And if I have a problem, I just let it, just whatever. Oh, I have to do the laundry, whatever. The laundry will wait. The laundry will be there. Don't worry. Or I have to call my friend, or whatever it is. I put it on the side. I let it dissipate. I sit and I relax. You breathe in deeply. That really helps. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And you can breathe in what you want, right? I breathe in joy. I let go of stress. I release stress. I breathe in clarity. I release doubt. I breathe in comfort. I breathe in love. I breathe in abundance, whatever, something good, right? You hold it, not where it's uncomfortable, but you hold it and then you release, right? Then you go into your heart. So you see a bowl right inside your heart, like this shining bowl, like a light bulb in a way, but more like spherical. It doesn't matter whether you see anything or not, right? It's about feeling. It's about intent, and you let this light grow. And this is you. This is not like, oh, it's outside of me. This is you. This is the light of you. This is your soul. This is your oversoul, whatever you want to call it. And you let this light grow and go through your whole body, right? Your whole body. And you could think about specific areas of your body if you're having a problem with a specific area. I don't want to, give it more energy. Let the light go where the light's going to go. And then from your heart, you send a line down, right? Like a plumb line. Think of it like a rock with a string attached, right? And you drop it into Mother Earth. And I mean, it happens that fast. So it's like dropping a rock down a well. Boom, right? And I'm radiating from the light that I am, and I radiate joy to the earth. And you're like, well, how do you radiate joy? Think of something that makes you happy. It could be flowers, it could be kids, or puppies, or kittens, or a joke, or like a big piece of cake, or a friend that you really love, right? Someone who's like really ridiculous and delightful, whatever it is, a flower, it doesn't matter. But and feel that joy, right? And then radiate that joy to the earth and say, oh, thanks. I'm so glad I'm alive. I'm so glad for the flowers. I'm so glad for like the birds. I'm so glad for the sun, the river, whatever. And see and feel the earth receive it. And for me, I always feel like the earth is like, I don't know, she changed it, but it's like this feminine energy, and it's kind of a woman, and she kind of changes, but she's kind of weird. It doesn't matter. That's what it works for me. And then she sends stuff back up. She sends the joy back up because I sent her joy. She sends joy back. It's kind of like I write a letter and someone sends me a letter back, or right. Or like I exchange plants with my neighbors. I give them a plant, they give me a plant back, right? And do that a few times and let it loop. It'll automatically start looping. And so like you're receiving more joy in your heart. You're sending more, you're receiving more. You're sending more, you're receiving more. Then from your heart, you send something up into your guides, your angels, God, whatever, whoever, whatever works for you. And if there's someone specific, like they say it's Ganesha, or it's Jophiel, or it's Mother Mary, or it's, an ascended master, say Hilarion, or Kuan Yin, or whoever comes up is the right one, because we all work with all these energies. And you send love. You send love, thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for the humor. Thank you for the health. Thank you for, right? And then you receive back. And you loop that. You loop that. Just allow it. Just intend it, and it happens. So it's like a Ferris wheel, right? Okay, I can't whistle. And then you send from your heart to both. So now you're really big. So you become really big, and in your mind's eye. That's all. It's energy, and you receive back, and boom. You send the joy out to the earth. You send the joy out to your life. You send the joy out to whoever, whatever. Right? If joy is too much, thank you, Sylvia. If joy is too much, then, just gratitude. And then I start my day. But the thing is, like when I'm in the middle of the day and I'm having anxiety or I'm having fear, I'm having, I don't know, whatever, uncomfortability, someone's not doing what I want them to do, which is like all day, I can remember, I started the day with joy. Like, and I can tune into that. It's kind of like having, it's like, that was a good breakfast. Boy, the banana was really good this morning, or whatever. Or, uh, you know, I'm so happy to have this coffee maker, whatever it is. So that's a little basic morning meditate. I'm glad I'm here. Thanks for, guide me, lead me. That's why I'm doing this. Hi, Jeffrey. So, okay. Does anyone have any really weird thing that they're eating today? I mean, aside from turkey. Yes, yes, yeah. I love that, Patricia. I'm going to say it because sometimes people can't see it live when they watch it, rewatch it. She says, Patricia says, I started with gratitude before I got out of bed, and I'm reminded to go to the heart center. Yes, but the mind spin into the heart. Yeah. So the way like my little metaphor for that is that the heart is the queen. The heart is the queen, right? So it's her birthright to be in charge of the country, right? And then the head is the general. So she tells the general what to do. She'll take advice from him, but at the end of the day, it's her decision. Because if the general takes over, you've got a coup. Read history. Sometimes it can go well, but a lot of times it can't. So yeah, like the queen makes the decision, and then the general's there to back her up. She says, we're going to make peace with the people next door. Or she says, we're going to war because they have wheat and we don't. Whatever. So the other thing I'm going to do, and I know I've been talking about it a long time, I was going to start it today. This is the plan. Um, I'm going to be doing guided meditations for each and every chakra, all seven. And so I'm going to split it up. I couldn't really figure out in my head how I was going to do it. But what I'm going to do is, like, let's say, I think I've told you this before. So I do a root chakra one, right? It's red, and I concentrate on the red energy and the energy of being grounded, of being safe, right? So I lead you through a meditation because there are certain energies that we hold generally, and maybe in one chakra more than another, right? The root chakra is really about safety. It's about being alive. It's about eating. It's about sleeping. It's about uh, being here in the physical plane. It's really about safety. It's really about feeling secure and safe. Like, uh, no one's going to break into my house, like that, etc. And then, so I'm going to do that as a meditation, right? And I was going to like put it as part of, but I think then after that, it's going to be like a two set combination. And then after that, I do a little, I'm going to do, I found my GoPro and I'll figure out how to use it again because I want to do it like, above so you could see it, sort of like when Nancy does the grid. And then I'm going to have a piece of paper and make something red, with the intent. It's almost like after the meditation or at another time, it's like, this is my intent with drawing this. And you don't have to be, you could draw a circle, it doesn't matter. And oh, well, I need to have, just use a magic marker or a pen or a pencil or whatever. And then maybe you write a word, and it's like, I made this to heal myself, right? Because I'm all about people healing themselves. right? And to feel safe. And then you have it. So I'm going to go that through the whole thing and then put it the whole thing together as a like a package. So that's the plan. But I have to figure out the meditations I could do like that. But the I have to figure out the what do you call it? The camera thing. Hi, KD. Hi, Dina. And thank you, Sylvia. So I'm going to tell you a Thanksgiving story. I thought of it this morning. I might have told this story before. That's what happens. But so I grew up in New York, as you all know, right? But I grew up in Brooklyn, and so one year, and I'm telling you, I must have been. I'm sure I was less than 10. I was a kid. I was really a little kid. So one year, so let's say I was 8. So this is the 70s. Yeah, let's say I was 8. So it's like 71, 72, something like that. So I'm like, oh, we're going to take you to the Thanksgiving parade. Now, honestly, I used to watch it on TV, and I wanted to see the certain balloons that I wanted to see, and that was about it. It was like a little dull. Beautiful. So we go to New York, we go to Manhattan, right? There wasn't that much traffic, but it probably took us an hour to get there. And we go to like maybe, so it goes down Broadway because it ends up at Macy's. And pretty much New York is really a grid. It's really a grid. It's like a checkerboard, except for Broadway. Broadway is the original um, Indian Trail because Manhattan was hilly. Anyway, so there was a trail through the hills. So Broadway does this. It's really, and it goes from top to bottom. It starts really at the bottom of Manhattan and it goes through. So like down Broadway, and that's like Wall Street, right? What they call Wall Street. The Wall Street was a wall. But Broadway really starts at the tip of Manhattan, and then it kind of goes this way, and then it goes that way, and it goes all the way to the top. So at Times Square, it gets really weird. Is it Broadway? Is it Seventh Avenue? Because it's where it crosses all the big squares. Many of the big squares are Herald Square, which is where Macy's is, Times Square, where all the theaters are, and then you go up to like 77. Then Columbus Circle. It's not a square, but that's the foot of Central Park, one of the feet of Central Park, and then it goes to the Upper West Side, goes to Verde Square, which is on 72nd, and then there must be another square on 96, but I don't know what it's called. Anyway, Broadway does this. So it would come down Broadway and the buildings, it was very dramatic. Anyway, we go. It is so freaking cold. It was like windy. It was definitely less than 30 degrees. It was a really cold Thanksgiving. And I'm like this big, and there's a million trillion people. There's no way I can see anything. And my mother was certainly not going to put me on her shoulders, And I think my father was like, I don't even know if he came. I don't know. He wasn't there. I don't know why he wasn't there. Maybe he was parking the car. I'm not really sure. And I don't remember my sister being there either, to tell you the truth. I'm a little self centered. Anyway, it is so cold. I cannot see a thing. I can't even see there are so many people, and I'm so small that, and we're like 5 or 6 people back. We're on the corner of like Broadway and 38th or 40th or something like that, the Garment Center. And it's really, really narrow. The buildings are really high and Broadway is turning and it was windy. So the balloons are kind of like, because sometimes the balloons have killed people. And I was like, Mommy, I want to go home. Well, that's all she needed to hear. I think we're home in 10 minutes. So that's the only time I went to the Thanksgiving Day parade. It was like, this is freezing. What the hell are we doing here? Oh, you gotta go. Oh, Watch it on TV in your pajamas. So that's my Thanksgiving story. And then, they blow up the balloons. They blow them up a few places, but they blow them up a lot of times on right near the American Museum of Natural History, which is on 77th and between Central Park West, which is 8th Avenue, and is it Amsterdam? No, that must be Columbus. I don't remember. Columbus, which is 9th Avenue. Yeah. So it used to be nobody knew. So when nobody knew, you used to go the night before and you could see like this big thing, and then it suddenly becomes Snoopy or whatever. But now everybody knows, so you can't even get near it. Oh, Dina, I'm telling you, it's so much better on TV. It's so much better on TV. It really is. There are so many people you can't see a thing unless you're inside a building. That's the way to see it. If you're inside a building and looking at the balloons, you're warm. You can have a little hot cocoa or whatever, right? You don't have to deal with the crowd, because it could be very windy. It could be because the fall is usually the windy season, and it can be very windy and very cold. And it's much better on TV. You get to see it much better. You really do. So don't think you're missing anything. Really don't. It is better on TV. You see? You know what we could do? We could do, since there are a couple of us here, this is just my little suggestion. We could do a little love, gratitude, joy thing for we could do a little joy meditation or something like that for the planet. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yay! Yes, exactly. Let's do that. Right? Let's do that. All right. And I think, well, I like pink. But if you want to send green, you can send green. They're a little bit different. Yeah, I didn't understand it. I was reading that comment, Jeffrey. I was like, what? I was like, I don't really understand. I don't understand it to such an extent I'm not even going to ask. Sometimes you just don't understand so completely. It's like, I don't think I'm going to get this. It's okay. Let it be. All right. So, yeah, let's do that. All right. So, I mean, you could close your eyes or not close your eyes. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I do open eye meditations. They're kind of wild. So here we are together on this Thanksgiving, and we tune into the light of our hearts. So light the light. It could be a candle, it could be a sparkler, it could be a gas flame. You could see it as a campfire, whatever works, doesn't matter. Light it up. I light the light of my soul inside of my heart, but I intend, and I let this light run through my entire body in joy, in gratitude, in love, in comfort, in hope, in beauty, in kindness, in generosity. And I radiate this light from myself, from my soul, and I radiate it to the entire planet. I radiate it to the entire planet. I send love and joy and gratitude and generosity and comfort and kindness to the entire planet, to all the people, to all the animals, to all of Mother Earth, to all the rivers and the streams, the bays, the oceans, the lakes, all the underground water, all the minerals, all the things that grow on the earth, all the plants, all the trees, all the flowers, all the weeds, every single animal there is, and to all the people and all the people who have yet to be born. And I let my light go where it needs to go, where it's most needed, wherever it's most needed. Sometimes we have this vision. It's like, well, there's a problem in this area of the world, and everybody sends light there. But there are other places in the world that might need light as well that we're not even aware of. So whatever comes up, I'm going to let my light go where it wants to go. I'm going to let my joy and my kindness go wherever it wants to go. My job was just to light the light and to send it out. That's it. That was my job. It's like I'm making dinner, but I don't know who's coming over. And I welcome whoever is hungry. I welcome whoever wants to come. So I send my light out to the entire world, whether I know them, whether I don't know them. I send it to trees I don't even know exist. I send it to islands I'm not even sure where they are. I send it to, any kind of topography. I send the whole thing out as a gift from me to the universe. I send it to the whole solar system. I send it to the entire universe. I radiate the light. It's like a little mini explosion. And if it comes up pink, it comes up green, it comes up blue, whatever color it comes up, it's correct. And I thank the earth for having me. I thank the earth for allowing me to live on her back. I send love to any and all. I send love to any and all. And I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do this. I'm grateful that I have love inside of my heart to share. That was it. Real simple. Beautiful, Patricia. All right. Now, I wanted to let everyone know, I don't know if you're all on my mailing list, but everything is on sale. Like everything. Art is on sale. Tarot readings are on sale. IET is on sale. Pendulum work is on sale. Pendulum, do I offer the pendulum classes on my Ripe Color? I'm not even sure. That's on sale. Everything's on sale until the 27th. So keep on pressing those buttons. ripecolor.com. So it's like, well, I might not want a tarot reading now, but I might want it, I don't know, in a month, right? So press the buttons now, because then you get the discount. And that I don't have a calendar. It's attached, but it doesn't work. Everything is functioning, and well, it is. So if you want a tarot or an IET or whatever, write me a thing and saying Tuesdays are good for me at 2:00. Like that. And now I'm in Central Time. A couple of weeks ago I was in Mountain Time, but for here it's not changing. So now I'm 2 hours away from the West Coast, an hour away from the East. Last week I was 2 hours away from the East. I'm 1 hour away from the West. Whatever. Have a lovely day, Patricia. You're welcome, KD. Hi, Katrine. I think I've said hello to everybody, right? All right. So I don't know. Someone bring up a new topic. I just wanted to come live because I thought that there might be people like they didn't have plans and um in all truth, I mean, I wanted to say hello and I wanted to do a little promotion, but it's like thinking about how I'm going to figure out that camera is a little overwhelming. So I have the GoPro, right? And it's a video. It's really small. I'll show it to you. It's really small. And let me show you. Anyway, before I left for Mexico, I was making stuff in the studio. I was making, I think, pocket squares, right? Um, and I sold them before I left. And people watch, making art. So I had set it up. I had like a shelf above the thing, and it's really small. Look how small the thing is. And it does video. I mean, look how small it is. It's incredible. And I have a thing to attach it to make it, Anyway, I'm making all this stuff, and I think I had music on and everything. And I worked for like 8 hours making stuff. I got 10 minutes of video. Like I kept on pressing the wrong button. I wasn't even aware. So I'm a little bit like, am I doing this right? Because I don't want to have to do something again and again and again and again. And it's a little difficult to figure out how to make it like not full and all that. So I'm kind of avoiding that, but I have to get to it because I really want to make this series of meditations and then put it up, and for sale. Thank you, Dina. How sweet. So, I will figure it out. And funnily, I think so. My next guest is coming on Saturday, and he had a very unusual name, so I looked him up, and I think if I found the right one, even if your name is like so completely out of whack, there's always another person with your same name. It's kind of weird. Anyway, I think this one is a videographer or video editor. So maybe, if not, I'm going to have to figure it out. I've had to figure out a lot of stuff by myself here. It's been really, uh, it's been challenging and frustrating, but it's like, oh, you did it. Oh, you did it. Maybe it wasn't perfect, but oh, you did it. So I'll figure it out because I really want to do that and put it together as a little series. And I think I'm going to try to put it on a place that sells courses because then I can bring in new people. Because I want to bring in new people. So that's my little plan. So Dina, are you cooking? What about you, KD? Are you cooking? I wish I had this fabulous cookbook. It was just for vegetables. It was like very American. It was very Midwestern, and they had so many good recipes in there. So many good recipes. I wish I had it. I thought I'd taken it, but I didn't. I do miss my books. I really had a lot of books, and I had to leave them behind. They're too heavy, and I didn't have that much room. It was like I'm not going to take books in pots and pans. But I do miss my books. Oh, nice. Nice. I mean, honestly, if somebody had invited me for Thanksgiving, I would have gone in a minute. I don't really hang around Americans here. I don't. I'm living in Mexico. I want to be with Mexicans, and I need to learn Spanish. I'm not going to learn Spanish hanging around with Americans. um, this is turning into a real international city. It really is. Like the word is out. I mean, the weather's really pleasant. People are friendly. It's really beautiful. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to see. And so I go to all these meetups. And so, like now, like in our little circle, because, people come here for 3 or 4 months. There are a couple of Russians, there's some Germans, there's a guy from Slovenia, um, there are Brazilians. It's like, oh, it's really very interesting. And then I also meet people who are other than American that have settled here, from Europe or from South America. It's turning into a real international city, really is. And this, the Mexicans are a little bit concerned that it becomes too gentrified, la la la, and I understand that. And oh my God, I would love a pecan pie, Deanna. I don't think you can send food. The only food you can send is like packaged, you know, um, like a jar. I don't even know if you could send that. I was going to say a jar of honey, but I don't think you could send that. Um, like packaged cookies, like that. I think. I think. But I know some of the big bakeries will send overseas. Like a famous bakery in New York, they can send uh, something to say Canada or whatever. I don't know. It's weird because with food, that's why, because there are all these invasive species all over the world. That's why you can't like take a plant and put it in your luggage, and because there might be a bug on it. La la la. I don't know about cooked food. I don't know. I don't know. And they play the same game here. So I had some people here from the Yucatan, and they bought some, and they're Mexican, and they bought some mezcal here because it was from a special place and whatever. But it becomes this whole thing about how many ounces, and it's like even for Mexicans traveling from Mexico in Mexico, it becomes like that bullshit with the oh, your cologne is it's 20 ounces and it's not 10. And, you have to take a little tiny thing, a toothpaste. It's so stupid. Anyway, it's another reason for bureaucracy. So, yeah, no, I would love a pecan pie. That'd be great. They don't really have that here. They have pecans, but they don't have molasses. They have other ways of sugar that are, they have other ways of you they have different sugars that they use. The other thing is hard to get here is like heavy cream. I mean, I think you could find it, but you'd have to go to a really specific bakery. So they have cream, but it's not um, that you can make whipped cream. It's something else. It's something else. So yeah, they have some different dairy that they use here too. Anyway, that is that. The other thing, I mean, I don't know if any of you have been with me long enough. This is way before the fire. This was probably like 3 years ago. I don't know if any of you have been with me that long. Um, where I used to do a card a day. And I used to do a card a day as like the energy of the day. Well, and this is what I pulled today. Interesting. 8, abundance. Um, and I would talk about it. So maybe I should go back to doing that. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I mean, I wouldn't mind being on YouTube every day, but it would have to, I mean, I don't know. But let's do this as the card of the day. And then I think I'm going to go because I have to do stuff and I have to eat. I haven't eaten. All right. So it's an 8. So when when you're learning cards, it's really important to understand the numbers. The numbers are super important. It's more, I don't know if it's a card reading or a lesson. It's a little of both. So the 8 of Pentacles, I really like the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So here he is, right? So he's working, right? So well, okay, eights are about awareness and abundance. That's what eights are about. Um, okay, they're pentacles. Pentacles represent the winter, and they represent the physical world. So anything that's physical. So it could be health, it could be money, it could be security, it could be stocks, it could be your home, your body, your physical goods, your physical goods. And I also read pentacles as time, because time is, it's something that it's kind of how we organize things in the physical world, right? So I sometimes, and it's a little bit of a clock, a little bit of a clock. Also, pentacles can also mean the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is the energy, it's yellow, and it's I do, I do, I make, I do, I act, right? I act. Because like the red, the root chakra is really like I am. And then the sacral, which is the next one up, the orange, which is below your belly button, is really I feel, I feel, right? So, I am and I feel they're sort of conceptual, but I do is, it's conceptual, but it's physical. All right. So it's the eight. Now, here he is working away. So he's a craftsperson, right? It's pretty obvious he's a craftsperson. He's making the pentacles. He makes his own money. He it could be a craftsperson, an artisan. But I always feel like he's both he's learning and he's teaching. And he's learning for himself, he's teaching himself. He is the craftsperson, he's the mentor and the mentee. He's both. He's both, depending upon the cards that mirror it, right? The other thing about that card is it's attention to detail, right? And what I always get from that card, this is my own interpretation. He is so involved. He likes doing what he does. He likes doing what he does. He's into it. Like he's really into it. He's really into it. Okay. It's whistle while you work card. It's a little bit whistle. I always feel like he's so in his pentacles, right? And he's almost in this like, how would you say it? You know when you get into like a chore and you're just into your chore? It's like, this is what I do first, and then I do this. Let's say it's three-prong, right? First I do this, then I do this, then I do this. Repeat. First I do this, then I do that, then I do that. Repeat. And it's almost like it becomes its own little world, like the walk takes the walk in a way. But what happens with him is like he's whistling while he works. I feel like in the middle of what he's doing, the awareness, right, is as he's making the pentacles, he goes, if I made them bigger, could I sell them for more? It's because he's in this almost monotonous routine. He's enjoying it, but it's like when you start doing the same thing over and over, it's like when you have a great idea doing the dishes. It When he's in it, he like new ideas can come because he's like out of the way. He's sort of out of the way. He's just doing what he does. So his mind gets a chance to float, and he opens up to new ideas and new inspiration and like that. So that's where the ideas come in, like between the thoughts, between the pentacles, right? He's getting this new, and like, maybe I can make this bigger. Maybe I can make this out of copper. Maybe I can make this out of wood. Maybe I could paint this. I'm really tired of making pentacles. Maybe I'll make something else. Maybe I can make it a square. But he's really in his work, and it's in the work and in the physical surrounding that something appears, that like a new idea or a new concept or a more efficient way of doing it, or a more pleasant way of spending his day, like that. That's always the energy that I get from the eight, from that particular card. All the eights are pretty generally good. They really are. They really are. The eight, there are certain other numbers that are a little bit like, but the eights, it's awareness. They're awareness. Even the eight of swords, which is a kind of a weird card, there's it's actually the opposite of awareness in a certain way. But the eights are very full. It's toward the end. They go 1 through 10, right? And then the other eight card is the strength card, which is a really, really, really lovely and wonderful energy. It's about summoning one's courage. It's about being strong, about having faith, about allowing oneself to be led, about being comforted by spirit, about understanding the eternity. I mean, it goes on and on. Anyway, so the Eight of Pentacles, like working at something that you love to work at, and in the middle of it, new ideas. Show up. Just show up. Sometimes I maybe I have like okay, now I have a little fantasy. So I have an invisible helicopter, okay, and then I go to Dina and I go to other people that have offered to make me food in the States, and I stop by here and I get that, and I stop by there and I get that, and then I come back to Mexico with all kinds of sweet yummies. All right, so enjoy the weekend. And if you'd like a reading, or if you'd like a pendulum session, or if you'd like an IET, or if you'd like to purchase some art, I am available. And if you want to learn how to do pendulum, I would love to do that. I would love to do that. The other thing, I spoke to Nancy this morning. We're going to do the classes again, the tarot classes. And it's going to, I always forget the day. It's either January 23rd or 27th, something like that. And I guess they're going to be available. We're going to just do it through Nancy's site. It's easier because it's like if I have one and they have one, it's easier. Maybe we'll have them available starting December. Something like that, I suppose. All right. So that is that. Happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much, and don't allow, maybe you're going to be with somebody who's, less than your cup of tea. Let's put it that way. Then don't get all caught up in weirdness. Like, oh, I have to prove to them that I'm right, and they don't. And you're like, it doesn't really matter. Be nice, right? Oh, talk about food recipes, talk about the weather, share a funny story. Don't go into stuff that you don't want to go into. And if somebody wants to go off, you don't have to react. Okay. I mean, I think most of you are old enough not to know better, right? Anyway, enjoy your day. Blessings. Thanks for joining me. And I look forward to hearing from some of you, getting tarot readings, etc., etc. And that's it. I guess I got to get on the videos. And the other thing, I wanted to go to the park today, right? But it's really gloomy. It's really gloomy, and it really rained a lot. I like to lay in the grass, and it's like, I don't think so, because there's no sun to take away it's just going to be soggy. Thank you, Dina. Thank you, Dina. And thank you, Jeffrey. And Seascape. All right. Oh, live 59. Perfect. I did an hour. Perfect. I mean, I would have stayed on longer, but, it gets a little much. All right. Blessings, 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 and see you all soon. Happy Thanksgiving, right? And it's like, let's be grateful for what we do have, what is, right? All right. Blessings, blessings. See you soon. Bye.